Brawler 3, hey? I mean, I don't know about the Purifying Cleansers, but if I'm playing as Awoken and I see 2 Razor Sharps and a Bramble-Ash, I'm pretty happy. Yeah. Huh. We have Sweep, Seraph? Alright, let's think long term here. I got to a stage in C25s just before the challenges came out where I was getting very consistent at, apart from every now and then throwing a run on circle 1 or 2 because being an idiot trying for something meany. That doesn't count, right? I was getting very consistent at making it sort of somewhere like either dying to Fell or circle 7, but a lot of Seraph deaths. And I think it was because I was doing the things that you need to do to get past Daedalus and then build into getting past Fell, but building towards a way that was very difficult to beat Seraph. And there's always that line of play where, you know, if you build it, it'll come type of deal where take the next challenge at a time. But if that requires you, if that takes you to down a path that means you need to get something at the end that's really hard to get, or you need to get a good draw, or at least not get a bad draw, there's too much chance to fail at the final boss. So I wonder if, because we know it's Cleanse Seraph, do we want to be building into big spikes? Probably not on our hero, because that's not going to win the run. Is it even going to support the run? Not really. Like in that final fight, once your spikes are gone, it's, you know, what do? You do nothing. So is it an opportunity to say, let's take Cultivating now, since we have 2 Razor Sharps and a Bramble-Ash. The Bramble-Ash could just be dead in the water, unless you get Spreading Spores, in which case Cultivating's not bad, because you just turn yourself into a spike champion, right? But I think with like all the dregs, and if we're drawing cards, we can play all the dregs and the train stewards, and maybe Razor Sharp them in the early circles. I wonder if starting to do things like this is actually going to make it could bring my win rate down a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I think it's the next part of just getting better. And we took Precious Plating, so I want to be more aggressive. Since we had to take a fairly passive starting relic, I think we need to use that as a resource. Also, because they've got spikes, if we can Razor Sharp ourselves, which we can, we'll draw an extra card. also razor sharp kill something. Which isn't bad. It doesn't kill because of that. Okay. So one of the downsides is you don't draw any extra cards on this turn. Right, he's burning out. That's a shame that's getting through. But it's not bad effort. My hand is full. I like a vine grasp here. Going into a lot of cards, I want to be able to play them. So 0 costs are good. We can chonk something. Chonking something could be okay. Ooh. So the biggest issue with Chonk Legion is getting it to split. But Purifying Cleanse gets it to split. Multi's really good. Pendant Press, I don't know if I want +4 though. Attack versus the Pyre does, not so much the hero. We do have a lot of health, but I don't want to just blow it away. I think we should be okay though. You should be able to kill off a couple with the razor sharps. Yeah, pretty sure that's almost all we need. This guy gets through though. It's not the worst. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't quite. We could get him. If I hit him with the Vine Grasp, it saves us a health. But I think we're better off doing it on here. It saves us a hit, so 6 health. But I'm gonna let it go through and do this. I don't normally like Steel Enhancer, but I think Legion get the Legion ones get the small buffs, don't they? Like if you Razor Sharp or Steel Enhancer a Legion, the smaller ones get those? Or do the smaller ones locked in at when you summon? They only get the difference of the summon. Hell's Banner on Umber is great, yeah. One of these then. I mean, no. Just move the mouse over here. Yeah, they're smaller from 1 to 1. Animus is a really good target for things, though. I think it'd be silly not to take one of those when we've got 3 Razor Sharps. That's a tough call. Burnout versus the Candle versus Hellbong, but I think we took the right one. I think if it was Sap Seraph, we'd take it. But oh wow, yeah, I really like taking energy here. Isn't Legion a better target for Razor Sharps? Yes and no. We're not like we're going to tank behind our draw sentient with the other one. So if we can give it a lot of health, then that's a lot of multi to kill front lines. If we don't get a multi on Legion, then it's just really good boss killing, but not good at actual line killing. So I think we're going to need a bit of both. which I'm not a huge fan of. Like I think it's best if you can pour all your damage into one unit, right? But we don't have any sort of big damage spell that'll work yet. And currently, I can't use it on her anymore anyway. You ended turn without using Hell's Banners. Morsel makes the morsel, and it gained 3 energy. It carried over. You can proc it again. Yeah, so the proc resets just before you draw cards. And because it's plus on the next turn, like it carries over. It's really good the way they've resolved those mechanics. I is a huge fan. If you really want to, whenever you get things that resolve at the end of the turn and you're not quite sure, putting the speed down helps a lot, I find. Because you can see what happens, you know, just wait for it what happens. Oh, we can use the back one. I like. See, here's something else we could do. We could if we need more damage very soon, we could pre-cleanse this back one, right? And that's the equivalent of like we do lose a little bit because we're killing off 44, but if it's keeping a line. I think instead I'll just do that. I mean, I could cleanse it now and have 2 of those at 39. Yeah, I want to see what happens here. Let's... I just blocked for Revenge Champ. Okay, hang on. Look at Legion. Okay, so Legion did not get any of the Razor Sharp buffs. It went from like a 40-39 down to 17-42s. So it's at time of playing the card. Yeah, it just... It could be a bug. Like, they have said that it's been the biggest trouble that they've had. So it's very early Bounty Stalker, but I wonder if this is one of those times where, like, we've already got an Animus, we've got a Legion of Wax. Can we fit in something else? It's only 1 energy cost. Enhance probably works after cutting power and toughness in half. No, he didn't get any of the buffs. He went down to what he would have if we didn't play any of the razor sharps on him. Yeah, the front guys always drop 2 attack when they go small. So they're never as when they make the first drop, they lose 4 attack and 4 health, and then when they make the next drop, they lose another 2 and 2. But I had the back guy at like 40-40 or thereabouts, and burnt him out, and he dropped to 17-40, which is where he would have been. Yeah, because they're 23, so he drops to 19 and then 17 as a little guy. And yeah, so it would have been 1742 because he goes to a 1944 and then a 1742. So Razor Sharp on the Legion doesn't affect future units. So if you've already split them yourself, or they've split because they've taken enough damage, and you Razor Sharp the back one, you are hitting slightly harder for the less health, which could be valuable. No, it did not affect his health. They came out as if I hadn't buffed them at all. So he was like he wasn't exactly 40, I couldn't remember the number, but he was like, I think he was 39 or 38, and his health went up to what it should have been had I not played a couple of Razor Sharps. No, I think we're... Yeah, I mean, with capacity, it fits, but I don't want to take capacity. I want to take energy. Yeah, I'm going to skip here. I think there's a way you could shoehorn in to make... Man, how many Legion... That's the 3rd Legion of Wax we've been offered. If we're going to take a 3rd floor, it'd be that one. Because we can just grow him. But I don't want to... I think I don't have a kill floor. Like, I've got an empty floor, but I think that's better than overfilling. Getting something like a crushing demise would be nice. So we should be able to play any card we get, including big cards as well, if we get some heavy costed cards. Plus 10 on her, so she's starting at a decent number. That's fine. So we've got good energy now. Multi-strike here is great. Spikes on Legion Boy is pretty good? No. It's Cleanse Seraph. Yeah, he ripped out his mechanical heart. That's heavy, hey? Oh man, I missed the collector because I can't put Legion on top. I'm gonna move him. There we go. Why did we pick energy? So I could play everything. Oh, you're gonna die to Hellbong, idiot. You know what, I'm not even gonna let you die to Hellbong. You don't deserve to die to Hellbong. Now we could take Edge Prior so healing spells cost -1. Or we could just not. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's bring on some damage now. This sucks. Like, this is rubbish. Now I can only have one of these. I can't get the other one. I mean, we're always going to play 3 cards, right? Whereas there might be... Is there a turn we don't heal? Is there any chance there's a turn we don't heal? Yeah, there's possibly a chance we don't. Like turn 1. Don't know how I feel about that. Relics are good and all. Oh. Yeah, on intent they appear in front. So make sure if you intent the second time... Yeah, in front and non-dazed. If you intent the second time, hit the back guy, so you end up with 2 more mediums, not 2 smalls. What boss was it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just an average deck. Was it Sweepy Boss? No, it's Harpy. It was Harpy. Yeah. They can't even radio up, like, if they're on headsets with, like, whoever's coming in, they can't say anything because they never made it up there. Yeah. That is really tempting to play on myself for the 10 health. But I've got this big mountain of wax that we want to be involved with. Alright, I'm not going to do anything because we'll let him get past here, right? Oh, that was cruel. Caw. That is a large... Yep, 7. Surf Wizard, 7. I mean, you could legitimately take Pyro here, but I don't think we need it. Resin removal... Does anyone care? Oh, with Waxer Snuffer? Imagine Waxer Snuffer. Retreat could mean 2 lanes of wax. Yeah. Yeah. Might think about that. I've already done the two lanes of wax run, though. It's a bit meany, don't you think? Do we need to remove more cards? Or are we going to a thing? We could remove drags, or we could go... If Waxer Snuffer's there, we'd feel real bad though, right? No, removing drags. Right. Almost removing drags. The Purifying Cleanse really doesn't do much now. Let's get rid of that. No, that's not true. I can play it on a drag at least. That's dumb. Who cares if I can play it on a drag? Hey, Fel. Okay. He's still operating system 1.0. That must have been before Scourgefell existed. Wow, yeah. Legion Intent wax the snuff as the dream. We've lived the dream, so happy just to have it easier. Are you home with Doggo now? Is that what's happening? You're at home with Doggo? New dog. She's an old lady. That's a really cool thing you did. Going to a rescue through the rescue procedure is really awesome. Is there infinite possibilities of Ren Sentient Razor Sharp Edge? No. Razor Sharp does not do damage. It reduces your max health by 2. You can with Steel Enhancer? No, he's talking about infinite as in not having to end your turn because you can keep drawing. Whereas like if I Vine Grasp on me, we can draw a card. Oh, but there is with Vine Grasp. There you go. Well, it's not so much infinite as that you can keep playing 2 of them back to back to back until you run out of health. Okay. Give me my... Because you can only draw 1, that's where the infinite's going to run out. So you'd only ever, if you're using a card like that, let's say it did draw a card, you'd only be able to use it until you ran out of health. Yeah, you need a damage and a buff in the same card. So Branding Rights can be okay. But again, it's not infinite because you will run out of health. But it's a pretty good one, though. You also need to have 0 cost. So Dark Deal, yeah, deals damage and grants rage. So if you had a Dark Deal and a Steel Enhancer, the Steel Enhancer gives you +3 health. The Dark Deal does 5 damage. Non-consume adaptive mutation. No, because you don't have enough energy. You would need, because that means it costs 3. So you remember, you've got to have 0. It's got to be 0 cost if you want it to be infinite. You'd need 4 you'd need 3 -1s on it. Awoken's Rail Spike could help you with that though. But again, not guaranteed. Yeah, 420 gold. I don't think I need the energy now. I think the amount of energy we have is just right. We can take draw for the starting turn and the second last turn in Circle 7, which you don't get in Circle 8 because there's no respite on Seraph. We could take capacity, which just helps us out a little bit maybe with placement. Yeah, and it guarantees I can put him on top, which we really want to put them on top. If you did Dark Deal, you could scale Sentient as damage behind a tank. That's true, which seems... I mean, it's definitely possible. It could be done for a bit of fun, but it doesn't seem very good since, you know, at 200 hit points, Sentient is the tank, right? Dark Deal with 2 armor totems. Or 1 armor totem and double incant is infinite with Sentient. No, it's not. Steel Enhancer. Steel Enhancer doesn't draw. That's the problem. So you need Sentient with 3 armor totems and double incant. And Dark Deal is infinite and you gain 1 armor. That's 3 clans. Dang it! Man, I thought I was onto something there. I don't understand what's everyone's obsession with infinites. I remember way back to when it was pretty much Celerity was the only Slay the Spire streamer, and everyone was trying to work out infinites. And ever since then, every time I've seen some form of card game, everyone wants an infinite. And it's like, what's wrong with just winning? Like, you can meme without infinite. Some of the infinites are boring too. Like, there's way better memes that aren't infinite. Like 8 Cold Celias. Or Rector in a conga line with 6 Paraffin Thugs. Or 9 Frosty Sharks. What do we want to do for these as things now? Oh yeah, it's fair enough, Lies. Reform Draw Totem. It doesn't do what you think it'll do. It sucks. it comes back with one health. It does cost 0 though, so you can play it again. Huh. And it will draw, but I think you need 2 of them. Because it doesn't draw the card that you use to play it. The same as like Votavary. Because the card doesn't go on your discard until after the draw has resolved. So if there's nothing in your draw pile, you just don't get the draw. Yeah, so you can't use Razor Sharp, you'd have to use Dark Dealings. It's a lot of damage. The fact that those guys get 2 hits kind of sucks. 2 perils of production with 2 consumeless Awoken rail spikes. So the Awoken rail spikes could do it, but you're assuming what you're going to hit. That can sometimes be a big problem. I don't really want to die here. And I would prefer not to. Pretty sure they clean up this row. So what are you left with? You're left with 55, which is 2 hits. If I add 16 damage, or 20 damage, that should be fine. Good. I wouldn't mind a really big heal. The problem with Branding Rite is you're eventually going to run out of health, so you can't infinite it. You can work out a lot of positive numbers though. Wow, look at this. That's gross, man. I'd prefer not to die. Maybe I shouldn't. Multi. With this, like the 0 cost full heal would be pretty good. I might have to start using Purifying Restoration. Vine with the Conduit, they still attack first. Which ultimately could end up being a really big problem. I think we win anyway. We have some gold. Because of Ember Drain, they could take the Hell's Banners. Because an Intent on Death gives us 3 Ember. I think. It does, doesn't it? Let's find out. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Would I ever not play it? I don't think I'd ever not play it, would I? It's really good just to get some decent sized heals in. Let's get rid of that. Could almost get rid of the shards. Play the dregs. Let's do that. Because we're gonna... getting rid of one does nothing. That's fine. I'm gonna get rid of both of them. That should be okay. Getting rid of one penalizes us a little bit. We've got a lot of... we've got energy. And we're only going to draw in 1 per cycle now, so it's okay, I guess. Do you realize what you've done? You've activated my trap card. Oh man, there is going to be so much Ember Drain. And it doesn't matter. And hitting the razor sharp would be really good. There you go. Hey, Virgil, yeah. The best thing about like the sweep on them, because the razor sharp takes their max HP, I can keep bringing them down now. Oh. Okay. What if that triggers banners anyway? No, because I actually have to summon. I like that. We can save him. Oh, poop. Actually, we got rid of a little one, so that means we can make more. Should have. I want that. Get it. Oh wait, Panz taking damage. I'm dying. Thanks, Adam Seuss. Yeah, the zero cost full heal would be a Would have been a pretty good addition to the deck right about now. Or a quick. Reset. Abandon run. Streamer took damage. Get out, streamer. Okay, don't raise a sharp that one anymore. He's done. She's done, sorry. Wait. Uh-oh. I did a bad thing. Alright, let's start getting this one. Yeah, sweep after, yeah. I was watching the max HP. I'm thinking I can bring it down because sweep, blah blah blah. I just told everyone. Apparently when there's one more sweeper, you need to kill it. Alright, how do we fix this? Alright, so you're not blocking enough for you, and you're never going to grow fast enough. So let's fix this way. Everyone knew I was going to do it, Gru. I don't think it was a secret to anyone. I think everyone knew that poor plant was dead. How much do we trust the X's? Because I've seen... Yeah. Hey, look, we just intented into one that was affected by Razor Sharp. Okay. These ones were all... Oh, remember before we'd Razor Sharped and one died and it didn't get the buffs? That one got the buffs because we intented. And I don't know why. But I'm pretty sure if these ones die, they won't be stronger. They'll be 17... 40... 38s or something. Yeah, I think you're right, Gru. Like on death it checks the card, maybe. Whereas... So I wonder if you have Endless on it, and you buffed it with Razor Sharp and it dies, would it, would that one... Someone posted earlier. How much earlier, Scott? Like, were we talking like 6 weeks ago earlier? Because if they were 6 weeks ago earlier, they might have beaten me to it. Today? No, see, I already knew this. Oh, the reason X's can lie with the Waxman is if the units die, because if you've got 7 and 1 dies, it doesn't spawn 2, it can only spawn 1. Ah, there's something, yeah, okay. It's a link on Reddit, I guess. It's unoriginal though, right? It's been done. It's old news. It's like, it's vanilla patch news. Yeah, or in this case it tries to spawn extra. And it can't. That's true. I really should put my... should I post my YouTube videos on Reddit? Do you think that would help? I hate using Reddit as self-promotion though. I like to self-promote here because I think it's appropriate for me to like be like, hey guys, check out my YouTube video that you might like since you like watching my stuff I do here that you're currently watching. But going into Reddit and be like, hey, look at me, I'm so great, check out my video. They're like, oh, you. That makes a lot of sense, Leprechaun. I like, okay, so we're gonna have to check the, next time we find an X that can lie, do that sort of maths. If it could have spawned extra. Anyway. Turns out I can suicide my own Animus from like 40 health down to nothing and still beat Seraph. If Panz can do it, anyone can win this game. Using intent against sweepers on wax units. Yeah, I bet the game does the math as if 8 units would spawn. I calculated Dolphins one on what happened, and it was extra hits. The best I could assume it was extra hits. That makes a lot of sense. I'd worked out, yeah, the damage that it was showing versus the damage that it didn't do was extra hits from smaller units. And the only thing I could come up with at the time was that he had the chain of gems, which gives a damage shield. So maybe it was calculating they would get the damage shield if they spawned, which would give them extra hits. But I think it would have been that it is calculating the overflow, which you don't get because your floor's overflowed.